guys!
You can do it!
Let's kick off this amazing episode. Get ready to challenge yourself with Unfiltered Podcast. With me, Sukmawati as a host. In this episode, we are going to talk about toxic relationship, which is a very interesting topic, and I'm sure a lot of people will relate to this topic. But I'm not alone here because I have a friend who is going to share about toxic relationship. Please welcome to Hikmah Samara Renhawat. Thank you for coming, Hikmah.
Hi, thank you, Sukma. I'm very happy and I'm so excited to be here to share about toxic relationships with you.
So, first thing that I want to ask is, what do you think about toxic relationship?
Okay, so toxic relationship is a relationship that does not support each other, where one party tries to have more control over the other party. So that toxic relationship can be interpreted as a bad relationship that not only damage the individual himself, but can also damage other individuals.
Okay, but why do some people realize their relationship with their partner is very unhealthy, but still survive? Why do so many people realize their trip in a toxic relationship but still don't want to leave?
Actually, toxic relationship is like gambling. Many people are addicted to gambling,
Yes.
playing and then winning, so happy, then losing, then winning, so happy again. The condition is similar to toxic people. And toxic people will not continue to hurt, retain, and demands us. Every now and then, he will make us happy. This is that makes those in toxic relationships often think that their partners will change, but actually not.
Okay, Hikmah. Have you also been in a toxic relationship?
Yes, I have been in a toxic relationship and I don't want to repeat that again. Actually, it's really hurt for me.
Then, what kind of effect does this have on the person in the toxic relationship?
Actually, they are trapped in toxic relationships that make them feel lost, depressed, stressed, and some even experience mental disorders. They also lose self-esteem, happiness, and freedom. They also often blame themselves for what happened, It is very draining, physically, mentally, and emotionally.
Okay, so toxic relationship is usually demanding,
Yes.
cornering, and manipulating. feeling so that it makes feel down and feel getting, so that it makes someone who is in their situation not assertive about what their partner is doing to them.
Yeah.
um, do toxic relationship have specific characteristic?
Yes, the characteristics such as lack of support and feeling unappreciated, often being sarcastic, critical, and threatening in communication, sarcastic, critical, and threatening, often suspicious and distrustful of their partner, restricted in every way, and wanting to control the relationship with their partner and their family, often lie to avoid interactions with their partner, or are afraid to talk to their partner. They often lie to avoid interactions with their partner, or are afraid, to tell the truth, of telling the truth.
Okay, Hikmah. How do you get out of a toxic relationship?
I think the way to avoid being trapped in a toxic relationship is to always set your own boundaries with your partner, not to depend on your partner, and to firmly refuse if your partner is acting arbitrarily towards you. We are the young generation who deserve to get good things and develop for the better in the future. Being trapped and getting out of a toxic relationship is not easy. However, when we have begun to realize we are trapped in a toxic relationship, it would be nice to find a way to get out of the toxic relationship. Before it gets worse, we must dare to make good decisions for ourselves.
So this first take is accepted. You have to realize that this relationship is already toxic. If you don't realize it, there is no way you can get out.
Yes.
When you realize, the next step is to walk away. If necessary, delete all him contact and just block him. Usually, if you have step away, hell beg you to come back. Don't do it.
Yes, protect your peace at all costs.
Okay. How do you improve when you realize you are the toxic person in your life?
Look at the most toxic habits that you have and rank them in terms of the strength of their grip on your mind. Try to work on the weakest among them to start with. You could decide to work on it for 2 weeks, let's say. Try to become aware at the time this particular habit is raising its head. Try to nip it in the bud chances are that you would fail rapidly initially but not disappear. The important thing is not that you are failing. The important thing is that you love yourself truly and want to end the misery in your life. Never and ever beat yourself down. When you find that the toxic habits are stronger than you have to realize that you are not your toxic habits or the sick demon or the sick mind. You are the self, the spark of divine struggling with the ignorance and stupid obstinacy of the mind. You are supposed to use your mind to discover, cultivate, and nurture your happiness. You are not able to do so today because these evil thought patterns, beliefs, values, and habits have entrenched themselves in your mind because of lack of attention or self-awareness. If a tenant refuses to leave our house, which we gave on rent earlier, then that tenant needs to be forcibly evicted because we ourselves now want to live in that house. These toxic habits are similar and we have to evict them now. More we pay attention to this toxic thinking and behavioral habits when forced to them, weaker they become over them. Never hate yourself for being this bad person. Guilt arises only because you blame yourself for being bad. Try to reply the feelings of guilt with compassion for yourself.
Yes.
You may have reached a state where your mind has become toxic because of lack of proper care in the past, but that does not mean that we cannot improve now. We certainly can. Of course we can. Self-love and compassion can heal all the deep-rooted wounds that are festering us today. No matter what we have done in the past, we are deeply lovable in our intrinsic being. Just keep loving yourself no matter what happens in life. Your love yourself has to be unconditional. It should not depend upon whether you are succeeding or failing in your efforts to transform.
Wow. Okay. Thank you, Hikmam, for
Yes.
being on this podcast.
Thank you so much.
I hope you and I, as well as our viewers, can take the positive that we have discussed in this podcast. And for you, thank you for watching.
Bye. Bye, guys.
Bye bye.